We are seeing a boom in running right now, and more people are signing up for 5Ks and run groups. But it's important to remember that in addition to being social and getting that workout in, you want to make sure that you're being safe. So today we brought in two experts, Major Miles Run Club founders Amanda McGoldrick and Rachel McIntosh. Thank you both
Thank you.
in advance for keeping us safe.
Yeah.
So what inspired you two to start the Major Miles Run Club to begin with?
Yeah, absolutely. So Rachel and I actually met about 12 years ago, aging ourselves.
I mean, you're obviously 15.
Yeah, of course. Playing ice hockey. And so we grew up in that team environment with a routine and sharing those goals with everybody around you. And I think when you graduate college and kind of step away from that, you have almost like a void in your life that you're looking to fill.
So when we found that running in the running community, we got that sense of feeling back. We were able to set goals, chase those goals, and then best of all, find the running community that uplifts each other and is kind of like that team atmosphere in a way.
Yeah, also chase those goals. I love the pun. And
yeah, run after those goals. Yeah, and so that's kind of where Major Miles came from, because we thought if we're feeling that way, other people in the running community have to be feeling the same. So that's where Major Miles was born.
And the best thing was that people came for the miles and then stayed for the community and the friendships.
Which is important too. Like it is motivating to have like-minded people around you when you're joining a club like that. But obviously people also love their solo runs. And a lot of times there are things that you should be thinking about when you go for a run by yourself, whether it's in the morning or the night. So what are some tips that you two usually give when people are planning their solos?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the major things to touch on is situational awareness. And that's not only being aware of the people and activities going on around you, but knowing where you are when you're running is something that I always harp on. It's paying attention to the street signs, the intersections, what local businesses are around you, because if you find yourself having to call 911 or call a family member for help, that's gonna delay assistance if you don't know where you are. So just pay attention to what's around you.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, and then technology is a great safety tool that we have now with our smartphones and our smartwatches. There's so many different features we have, whether it's location sharing, emergency contacts on there, and then also a really great one is with those smartwatches. There's a safety feature you can set up that if something happens, it will alert people that something has gone wrong without you even having to touch anything or possibly maybe hit one button. So as long as we take these precautions in advance, we can go out as confident runners and be safe.
This is really important. And Amanda, by day you actually work in law enforcement, and then by night, by night you run obviously, but what are some tips you generally give people from that perspective of public safety on a regular basis?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know I touched on situational awareness. That one is so important. And then I also think thinking about what you're going to do, right? Having that plan and prioritizing creating distance. So, well, you might hear or see something that looks unfamiliar or unsafe. Trust your gut. And I know that's something that you probably hear over and over again, but really trust that instinct. It's not your job to go find out what's happening. It's your priority to create distance between yourself and the threat and get yourself to a safe location where you can call for help. And then I also think coming from emergency management in law enforcement, it's also preparing yourself. So what trainings and what resources are available in your community? And a lot of that comes down to if you're in a college or university setting or a city or town, there are so many departments that offer free training, and taking advantage of that, whether it's active shooter, stop the bleed, any steps that you can take to prioritize your preparedness and your safety before you need them is how I would always really focus on that.
So using the day job for good.
Yes, absolutely.
Rachel, before we go, where can we find you two for more information?
Yeah, we are at Major Miles Run Club on Instagram and TikTok. And then I personally have Run with Rachel on Instagram and TikTok, and then Amanda also.
Yes, A Gold Fit on Instagram and TikTok.
And then also, can we have a moment for the outfits? Ladies,
it makes everything more fun. I swear.
I want to run better.
Next time. All right. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow them on Instagram.